Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. It's V Tuesday. Favorite day of the week. Except for a Stir Friday. How's everyone doing today? Early afternoon, early evening, late evening, morning, depends on where you are in the world. But yes, we got spam bots already. Be gone, bots. Somebody take care of that. I don't know. How's everyone doing? Who wants to win something? So, today's stream, we have a giveaway from LDOmotors. We got two prizes. They are a set of Voron Trident Z motors. Okay, for those that are unaware, LDO. Ooh, that spotlight is on way too bright. Now I can't see anything. Turn you down. Don't need that much backlighting. There we go. LDO is the one who sponsored this kit for the build, and they've been sponsoring giveaways on each stream. So for today's stream, we are giving away a set of two Voron Trident Z motor kits. Okay, so if you want to enter, win a set of Z motor for a Voron Trident from LDOmotors with Teflon lead screws. Enter there in chat. I'll pin it. Pin message. And then I'm going to add it to, there we go. There we go. So it's in the description too. So there we go. So it's pinned in chat. It's in the description. You have until the stream ends to enter. When does the stream end? Usually around 3 hours from now. But it might go longer, as we found out Saturday, where I somehow streamed for 5 hours. I don't know what happened there. But around 7 p.m. Eastern, my time. So 3 hours from now. Phil R. Flexi Sloth going on the ERKFA V2.4. Nice. Post a picture on Twitter. Tag me at 3DP Nero. I want to take a look at that. And thanks for the $5 or $10. Sorry. And why am I not getting notification noise? Anyways, there's some music. So the goal for today is we are going to work on our V2 and hopefully wrap up all the electronics. So where we left off last week, we've got a bunch of stuff done under the hood, as you can see there, but we skipped some stuff. We left some stuff up top to take care of, and now we got to come back to do that, and then we'll go back under the hood. So what do we got to do? We got to install the LEDs, because this has LEDs. It's part of the kit. We have to install our Z microswitch endstop, and while I don't think we've perfected printing in air yet, so we're going to need a bed of some sort. So the reason I haven't installed the bed yet is the bed is heavy, and when you're, moving this around, it's a lot easier to work on it when you don't have a several pounds of aluminum in there. So almost there. The Micron build begins this Saturday, or maybe Friday, we'll see. And as for this build, if goes well, electronics wrap up today. Next stream will be firmware setup, configuration, and just kind of making sure everything moves correctly. And then we'll do one final print and chill stream, because on the final stream of this build series, we're giving away a kit for a full one of these. Okay, so I'm sure many of you here would like to win a full Voron V2 kit. So that will be part of that. So, yeah. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. While you're down there, make sure you like that smash button, ring the bell, and all the other traditional YouTuber things that I'm supposed to say. Also, a little bit of a teaser. It's not, I've got one set of it. I don't have it all yet, but merch is, some of the test merch is starting to show up. So stickers. I'm still waiting on the shirts. I have a store set up. I know you guys have been wanting a store. I'm waiting until I actually get the articles on hand to see if I like them before I actually will put the store out there. Why are you talking about names? What are your St. Patrick's Day plans? When St. Patrick's Day? I don't have plans. Oh, I don't have it. I printed a 4-leaf clover Flexi Dragon on the the V Minion in some TPU, and that actually came out quite well. I'm actually really impressed so far with this V Minion. I've been printing little test prints and whatnot, and I'm using just like the bone stock profile and just kind of slicing and sending it and seeing what happens. And this was what we were printing on the stream on Saturday there, this guy. So yeah, I've been, you know what? Initial impressions on the V Minion from Rat Rig, not too bad. Not perfect, but nothing is, but not too shabby. Merv, 10 Canadian, thank you, appreciate it. Can I use bearings for all the belts on the gantry? I normally do. I'm using the bearings that came with this kit. For those what he's wondering about, I'm assuming you're asking about the tooth idlers. You can substitute those for an F965 stack if you want to. I actually do that in all my self-built machines. The only reason I'm using the bearings, the tooth idlers, is because that's what the kit came with. So since this is a kit build, same thing as the Trident, I'm running it as it came, and then if they fail, which the thing is with these tooth idlers, they have small pin bearings versus the beefier ball bearings that an F695 comes with, for example. So at high speeds, heavier loads, these won't live as long. Now, are we talking they'll die in 10,000 hours, or die in 1,000, or die in 100? Who knows? It depends on the quality of the bearings. So. Derek, $5, thank you, appreciate it. And John Clark, public service, do not put pressure advanced lines in your config file. It will bite you in the backside and make sure. Oh yeah, he had way too much PA, I believe. Do you ever shim the bed? On Vorons, I just let the mesh do its work. And by mesh, I mean the QGL. On the V Minion, no, I'm just letting the mesh do it. My V Minion here will probably never print anything that I need to be, what's the word I'm looking for? My V Minion will probably never need to print anything that I need to be geometrically accurate ever, okay? If I need to do that, I have many other machines that are tuned and set up for printing, that kind of thing. V Minion for me is going to be a machine that's pretty much cosmetic prints, you know, like little bunny stormtroopers. So I really don't care if I have to mesh the bed and it's my cubes are slightly slanted. I really don't care. It's going to be a PLA machine in my case. So got some LEDs to install. That's stuff. I can get rid of you. That is clicky stuff. That is that. Extras. Input shaper tool. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Is Jason here? Gonna print so many bananas. Exactly. Yeah, so I don't know if Jason's here. He'll probably mention it, but just so you guys are aware, LDO is in Shenzhen. And Shenzhen's in lockdown right now. So they're kind of unable to go into the office. So you might see a little bit of delays from stuff coming from them for the short foreseeable future, unfortunately. It is what it is, unfortunately. So I know you guys are all waiting on kits and whatnot. You might see some delays. Okay. So we got some LED strips, and then that's going to go there. So we got this little piece right here. So we got this little PCB they got with a little mount. And this will, you got, I'm assuming they're all just linked together, but you got essentially 2 in, 2 out, although I think it doesn't matter at all. And we got one LED strip there, one there, and then wires that go down underneath everything with little covers there. So yeah. Oh, he's here? Okay. Somebody asked me about the models. Yeah, the Chelsea from Chaos Core Tech. She's like my go-to model maker for whenever I need to print something, to test a printer or something. She just makes fun models. I like them. And you can find pretty much all her stuff on Thangs. So they just white? I believe these ones are just white. I believe. These are just for lighting. Like, these are just for illumination. They're not fancy RGB. You could swap RGB, I believe, without too much of an issue. Well, actually, yeah, you would need filter fan. I don't have a filter fan. LED strip. There we go. But I believe you would need different housing because I think it's 3 wires for NeoPixels. And I need some T-nuts. .8, 40 mils. It depends on the motors and your settings and Stealth Chop settings. There's a lot of variables with motors and settings and drivers that can make a lot of noise if you don't have them set up right. Or you could just be like me and be deaf and ignore it all. Yep. What I'm going to be really interested in is 5160s at 0.9 degrees. That is what I'm interested in. What LEDs? I printed the little clippy ones. Okay, I don't think it matters which way this goes. Yeah, it goes that way. Go. So we've got overhead. Zoom out. I really need to build my my overhead gantry crane thing at some point. I started noodling on an idea. Yeah, Joel just went live. Joel's starting to stream on Twitch though. He's on Twitch, which I would watch, but my stream time right now. I need to work. So apparently I need 36 of these. So one, I think they all just stick to, like, you stack them. And they just snap in. Go. Oh, missed one. Stumbling Fool. $20. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for the great content you provide. Your videos help guide me building my 2.4 early, late last year. Can't wait to start my Trident. Congrats on the build. Glad the videos help. That's why I do. Why do you need those LED mounts divider thingies? They're baffles. The reason is I have a different version of them here. I've had these sitting on top of V2.26 for like 6 months and I still haven't gotten around to install them. But basically, if you don't have the baffles, the light just kind of blazes everywhere, and it works much better with baffling. It basically means the light just goes down instead of like on my V0 when it's on, it illuminates everything, which is a little annoying. Toasty's on the ground here, so you can't really see, but Toasty has baffles in the lighting. You kind of want it. It directs the light down instead of it just going everywhere. Okay. No music? I got music on. And these just click in. Now there is adhesive on the back of these. Not really gonna bother with it in case I ever need to remove them or whatever, but also there's really nothing moving, so you shouldn't have to worry about your LEDs falling out. Yeah, I think these are just the regular ones. Whatever the is linked in the LDO docs as the recommendation is what I used. I know there's a one-piece variant because I've used it. I'm using it on some of my printers right now. But I'm building this thing to what you would get for a stock machine for the most part. Like if you didn't know anything else and you're building with what they say to build with. So. Because I think the one I'm using is just like a slightly modified one that mounts with screws. I can't remember. I printed them a while ago. But again, they're just LEDs. There's no force involved. They're not moving or anything, so. You'll get the same noise out of 2208s as 2209s. Play around with spread cycle, stealth chop, enable and disable. Just currents. You might have to play around with your settings. I do find for example, on which machine was it? Toasty? Yeah, Toasty. My Toasty build, it wasn't an LDO kit, but I did use LDOmotors, and it did have 0.9 degree steppers on my XY. I ended up swapping it for 1.8s. I find 0.9 degree steppers loud. Love the content. How's learning to edit going? It's going. I don't like editing. That's probably never going to change. But like right now, I got the part 2 of my how to install Clipper on anything series. I got it all recorded and I've started editing that. And yeah, it's going. It do be going, yo. Okay. Ah. Yeah, those were yeah. It just, there's all kinds, there's a lot, like Eddie on his YouTube channel, he's dived into all kinds of stuff about motors, and there's a lot of variables that, you know, can affect how a motor sounds. That doesn't reach. Oh, it's supposed to go over top. And then I think there is, yeah, this guy. I got 2 of these channel fillers. To kind of keep the wires in there. Where's my snips? There we go. So I got this little channel to keep the wires tucked up in there. Have this Voron play music with stepper motors. I could do that. I think. I don't know. I did that once on my Monoprice Select Mini, and then I've never tried it again on any of my Vorons. I don't know how making music sounds when you got TMCs and quiet steppers and everything. I don't know. I might be doing a project with NEMA 23s in the future, so maybe we'll make those make noise. We'll see. We'll see. That's a ways out. Yes, the LDO kit comes with these LEDs, for whoever was asking that. Ben. Like, these LED strips are cheap. Like, you can buy a roll of it off AliExpress for like 10 bucks. I've got one somewhere. Oh, Steve's here. Everyone say hi, Steve. Got a little bit of crud in this one. There we go. Yeah, so we're just going to work our way down, essentially. Install the LEDs, install our micro switch, install our bed, flip it over, finish wiring up everything underneath, install the screen, and do a smoke test to make sure we don't have smoke. So I don't know how long the stream today will be. It will be a 3-hour stream, but if we get to the point where I'm ready to go with software stuff and firmware stuff, I'm going to stop. I'm saving that. I want that to be its own stream. It just makes it a little bit easier for those that follow the stream as a build guide. Plus, that way I can do it all at one go instead of having to start it and then finish it on another stream. So. Yeah, these are just white. They're just white LEDs. They're not RGB. If you want RGB, you need the little board that comes with it is only 2-wire. So you would need a separate. You would need to wire these up all separately if you want it to run NeoPixels. Now, if you wanted to get a different color, just one singular color. If you wanted blue LEDs, you could do that. There we go. I have one extra piece. Well, I'll just put it in there. So, oh, that's why. Oh shoot! I gotta move everything over like a little bit. Make it line up. Ooh, Diego, 1378. Cheers, appreciate it. Scooch on over. There we go. Okay, so make sure those are up. Oh, it'd help if I had the LEDs in. No, I have to fiddle with this one second. Shoot. Okay. There we go. There we go. Okay. I wish. Okay. Yeah, that's about all I'm gonna get. It'd be, this wire is like an inch short to make it like as clean as I would like it to be. Yeah, good enough. That'll do. That'll do. Okay, and now I need a wire going down. I'm pushing a piece everywhere. There it is. Okay. RGB gives you more FPS. Yeah, that is true. Well, actually, like, if you want to print faster, you use a red LED. If you want to print, if you need better cooling, you use a blue LED. And then also, if you need a, if you want to use less power, then you use a green LED. Like, that's how it works. About to there. This part's kind of annoying because there's a motor in the way. Okay, so for those following along at home, installing this before installing your gantry might be a little bit better of an option, although I could probably just move it up now. There we go. I need to buy some of this stuff. I want to use this on future builds. Okay, that goes in there. Those pieces can go in there. That can go in the garbage. Okay. Well, there we go. We got our LEDs installed. Now, the bed. Save it for the Z endstop. Ah, good point. You know what? We'll do the Z endstop right now. I'm pretty sure you could print it. Print it in something like TPU, and you'll probably be laughing. So where is my Z block? No. And my PCB, which, did I print the wrong one? Oh shoot, I might have printed the wrong one. Oh, don't tell me I did. Wait. Oh, no, I did print the right one. Did I? I did. Okay, what holds this together? What the heck? What am I looking at? Wait. Yeah, okay, I printed this, but what actually holds the part in place? Like, what holds the PCB in place here? What am I missing here? Chat is invisible, zoomed in. Oh. Hey guys, go. Self-tappers. Self-tappers where? I got 2 screws that go through. Oh, I see. They go through the switch. Okay. Yep. They go through the switch. There's focus. Right down that hole, you put the self-tappers through the switch. That makes a bit more sense now. There we go. What are my thoughts on Formbot kits? I haven't built one, so I can't really give you my critique on their parts or on their kit. But if I can compare it to the Physec kit I built, it's pretty much a bomb in a box. So they get everything for the bill of materials and they throw it in a box, and they might do a few little extra things, but assume you're building it as if you self-sourced everything and nothing's pre-done. The sex bolt? No, this is not the sex bolt. This is just your old-fashioned clicky. Micron, I think, has sex bolt. I will be doing sex bolt on Micron. And for those curious, yes, sex bolt is a proper name for a real thing. So. I should have a 22th gear somewhere. Oh, random 22th gear of the Voron. Where are you? Belts and chains and bands. I might have to grab one from stock. I misplaced it. Nope, I did not misplace it. Although I need the pin. There it is. What's the regular name? Sex. I don't know what the regular name is. Sex bolt is like a proper name for it. So I think it is called the sex bolt. Wow, that's really tight. Normally these aren't that tight. When in doubt, get the clamps. Now I got it in here somewhere. Well, don't go in on an angle. Not what I want you to do. I'll just use the vise. Who moved the stool? I don't know. My foot. Chicago screw. Okay, there's your proper name for it. A Chicago screw. Not to be confused with the typewriter. This is the one thing I don't like about this room compared to the other room. I did it to save more room, but I don't have my vise permanently mounted. Which, when you have something that just doesn't quite want to go in its hole, a vise is super handy for persuading it to go in its hole. Especially straight, like not on an angle. So we're just gonna give it a little bit of assistance. There we go. Put that there, kick it with my foot later. Good to go. Yeah, I will be doing a full clipper install. Okay, now I need a set screw, which should have some. And one thing I like about this kit, all the set screws come with like a Loctite pre-applied. Oh, no, wrong size. I need the bigger ones. There we go. So when you're putting this in, let me move over there. Focus on my hand. There we go. When you are putting this in, let's do more. Okay, that's all I got. Because what we're essentially doing, the pin has a little notch in it, okay? And this is, line it up with one of the set screw holes. And the only reason we have this 20-tooth gear is one, it's a relatively straight flush surface, so pin shouldn't be on an angle if it's installed correctly. And two, it allows you to put a set screw in there and use some Loctite or anything, because you're not going to actually tighten it, okay? So the set screw is going to be in there. So screw it in until it touches the screw, or touches the pin, okay? Okay, and then back it off like a quarter turn, okay? This way, the pin moves and you get your clicky, but when you flip your machine over for maintenance, it doesn't fall out. And then you forget to put it back in and then you crash your machine, okay? So that's why. That is why. And now I need to find the wire for this. Z endstop. Go. Now on the default configuration, you are installing this like you're just soldering this up. There's no board. You don't need the board, but you can actually install the little JST connector and actually just solder it directly without using a PCB with the stock setup. So that's something you can do to kind of get around that. Yeah. Instead of soldering the wires directly, because the problem with soldering the wires directly is if you ever need to take it apart, you got to unsolder it or cut the wire or etc. This channel needs pee breaks. We're 45 minutes in. I went for 5 hours on Saturday night, no break. And that was with, you know, alcohol for a good chunk of it. 20 mil? Printed a jig that allows you to file group. Yeah, there you go. Is it a 20 mil? Nope, not a 20 mil. It's 25 mil. I'm too lazy to go hunting through the manual to find this one part, so I'm just trying to find the screw. The old-fashioned way. Does this work? No. Does this work? No. Does this work? Yep. Okay, we're good. There we go. Oop, nope, that's not the right screw. That's a 30. There we go. And get some T-nuts. Please turn off your mic. I do turn my mic off. Come on, you got. You know I'm good for it. It's been too long since I've done one of those. up. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna leave this loose because we're gonna have to move this around to figure out where our Z position is. And let's kind of put you down here through the hole. For now. So we might have to move this around, we'll see. And now, bedtime. Any tip on negating square cube law and 3D printing large objects? I think if you use a TARDIS, that's how you get around that. You also got to break the laws of thermodynamics and a bunch of other stuff. So basically, square cube law, for those that don't know what square cube law and what he's talking about, when you print a cube, okay, like this wonderful Nero 3D calibration cube that you can find on Thanks, hashtag not sponsored, but it's there. This is 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters. So if you double up the size, right, you make it 60 by 60, you're not doubling the volume. It's times 8 square cube, right? So you 1 by 1, right? A 1 by 1 cube, 2 by 2 is 8 of these cubes, because not only do you have your 1 cube, but then you got one there, and one over here, and then on top. So it's 8 times the mass, right? So square cube law is a thing. That's why Godzilla can never exist. He'd weigh way too much. And giant fighting robots, same thing. That's why we can't have nice things. To get around it, print with less infill, less walls. You basically have to start cutting things down. Why are you guys talking about bedtime? Not bedtime. It's only 5 o'clock. Okay, so where did I even put the bed at? Is this the bed? See, this is a problem. I used to be where I would store stuff is now... I don't need him. Oh, by the way, I have the hardware to do a Nevermore. I will be doing a Nevermore after. I will be using it as a video. So I'm not going to put the Nevermore in on stream. Okay, so we got our fancy LDO flex plate. It is textured on both sides. Personally, I'm a fan of it being textured on one side and a sticker on the other, because you can replace a sticker. You can't really replace texture. So if you accidentally kill the plate, you're kind of screwed. But honestly, just buy more flex plates. It's super handy to have multiple flex plates on hand. Okay, so we've got our bed. Our magnet is pre-applied. We are going to have to cut it out though. So the magnet, the whole bed for this kit is pre-assembled. Okay, so it's all pre-done and everything. So all you really have to do is slap it in. You don't need to put it all together. You are going to have to cut out the little corners though to get out the screw. So we're going to have to do that right now, actually. So keep the little piece of cardboard that it comes with so you can rest it down flat and not pinch your wires. And then get yourself a sharp knife and get it out. Yeah, the LDO, if you guys are curious, I think I have a link in the description of what the LDO, I'm pretty sure, let me check comments. Intro. I thought I had a link to it. Yeah, I do have a link. It's like the third line in the description. It has a link to this kit. And then the list of LDO distributors, that's just from LDO directly. So. I need to redo some stuff in this room. Is blade getting dull? Yeah, this blade's getting dull. Time to put a new blade in. I probably should have checked if I had more blades before throwing that blade out. I do. Okay. Right now, my toolbox, I have my computer on it, and I really need to get my... It used to be under the desk, but I put it there because I need something to put the computer on. So I need to buy something to put the computer on so I can put my toolbox under the desk. And then I got to build something over here or something. This is like the one section of the room I still need to figure out how I'm going to do everything. There we go. How much does the bed weigh? I don't know if the scale can weigh it. I think this is too much for my scale in here. Oh, it does weigh. Okay. 3.1 kilograms. So what? 2.2. So 8 pounds? 8 pounds roughly? That's why you don't put it in till the end, because it's heavy. Right, where'd I put my knife? Oh, there it is. So for what I'm doing right now, take pivot, down, there you go. I need to put this on a track or something. I gotta go pick up, I got a plan to do a very simple manual gantry with the camera here so I can move it across using conduit, but I gotta go get conduit. So essentially what I'm doing, this bed mounts with 4 screws, okay? But obviously there's a magnet in the way, so we need to get rid of the magnets, so. I'm just gonna move that like that. And try and be careful not to accidentally like damage anything. So just take your time, don't cut yourself. And cut down with the knife. You don't want to cut up because you don't want the magnet to like bend up anywhere. So we're gonna actually clean this up after I cut these out with a deburring tool. Granite counter, no, my desk is not granite. So that's, yeah, so you know what, we're just gonna go with the 45 there and just kind of trim it. No, this bench right here, and I've said it before on stream, but it used to be my reloading bench. And so it's just like a really cheap workbench that I made. And then because it's like 3/4 inch plywood top and 2x6s, that's all it is. What I did to cheaply waterproof it, I literally bought like the cheapest 24-inch stick-on linoleum tiles from like Home Depot, and then I just stuck them on. So it's got like tiles, but the problem is I've had like, I've spilt ISO on here, I've spilt acetone. So the surface is kind of not great, and it's kind of uneven, and like if I have the printer upside down, I'm spinning it, I get little chunks of plastic on it. It's super annoying. So at one point, I'm just going to go buy a countertop, like not a granite one. Those are a little too pricey for my budget. But I'm just going to go buy like a wooden countertop, like a bamboo countertop or whatever, or a butcher block type countertop, and just get a tube of liquid nails and just glue it down to the whole top of this, and then it'll be nice and flat-ish. Problem is, I don't know if I could get a 2-foot by 6-foot piece of granite down here by myself. Leather hole punch works good. Yes. I don't have a leather hole punch though. Normally what I would do on like the V0 beds, I drill a hole from the bottom and then I just use the carbide deburring tool and I just clear it out. But since these are on the edge, if I tried to use the deburring, it was starting to pop up the magnet. I didn't want that, so I'm just going there and just trimming it by hand. Like, all you really need is to be able to get at the screw itself. It's not... not this huge deal. Plus, you know, flex plate's going to cover it, so you're not going to see this anyways. There we go. And then you get little bits of magnet everywhere that stick to everything. Come on, I'm YouTube rich now. No, I'm not. I am not. IKEA. I don't have an IKEA near me, and shipping from IKEA is kind of stupid in Canada. Okay, that works. Okay. So now let me actually find the manual where we install the bed. What's that? Oh, Jason, 100. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hi, everyone. LDO HQ Shenzhen City was locked down for at least 1 week. Our production schedule was delayed. First batch of 2.4r2 kits will be delayed 1 to 2 weeks. Now, beginning of April, we will do everything to rush it when city resumes. There you go. I mentioned that at the beginning of stream, but there it is from Jason directly. So they're all working at home. So now you guys know what it's like to be a North American during a pandemic instead of a country that, like, knocked it out of the park in like the first week and never had to deal with it until now. Where the heck is it? Where is the bed? There we go. There's the bed. Okay. So we got to put some... So there's a whole bunch of stuff about fusing and grounding and whatnot. That's all pretty much pre-done. Actually, I do got to put a ground on here. Got to put a ground on here. So, is there a ground? Changing wires. Nope. Oop. Don't pull out my mic. Where did my wires go? Electronics. I'm missing a box of wires. Belts and chains. Electronics. Where's my wiring box go? But where is my ground? I can easily make a ground wire, which I probably will if I can't find it, but this is a mains bed. You want to ground a mains bed. Oh, there we go. The ground. And this is probably just held on by some random screw. That M5, did I tap that M5? Or is that's M4, I think. This is the problem I always run into with these builds. Once you get near the end I've gone through the screws a million times. I've forgotten bags open and stuff has fallen out. And now it's kind of like everything's everywhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's M4. Is that M4? Oh no, that's M5. Okay, so I need a short M5 screw. Short M5 screws. Where did I put all the little M5s? M510. That'll work. That'll work. Useful to ground the frame. Well, your bed is attached to the frame and the bed is grounded. So I don't. Because this is attached to this, which is attached to this, which is attached to this, which is attached to everything. So once I get the bed on, I'll grab my multimeter and do a continuity test and see what we get. The wrong one. $70 kilograms I can lift with one arm. Oh geez. Was it this weekend? We're buying an elliptical. Okay, that's too long. Wifey wants to get an elliptical, so I'm buying an elliptical. And it's like 163 pounds. And I gotta get that downstairs. So that'll be fun. There we go. Grounded. Laughs and peak screws and, well, if you want to go that crazy. What is it? M316s. Okay, so we need that. M320, M316. I need 4 of these. What do you think about insulation on the bottom of the bed? Yeah, you could do that. Although, what is it? Is it the Nevermore that does it? What people do now is you actually blow a fan under your bed and it basically turns your enclosure into like a convection oven. So you can do it. I've personally never done it on any of my machines. I have some of the stick-on stuff to do it. I've never actually done it. Is there a reason not to use the clicky as a virtual end stop versus using the fixed length you just put in? You mean the this guy right here? Like, just use the clicky instead of using it in tandem with this? A lot of ellipticals have wheels. The problem is it's going in the basement. That is my problem, is the basement. Yeah, essentially you want fans to circulate the air in your chamber. You'll actually get more uniform heating. And because the fan is moving the hot air away from the bed will cool and heat up more and dump more heat into the system. So basically I'm going to be building this stock without a Nevermore and then, you know, printing for a bit, testing some things. And then I'm going to put a Nevermore in it and see what changes. Okay, so pretty sure I'm going to have to move these out. Okay, do I still use that end stop with clicky? Yeah, you still want to use, no matter what you use for your bed mesh, you still want to have this pin here because this sets your offset. So if you go down the line and you swap out your nozzle, which this being a Revo is really nice and easy, and it's longer or whatever, it will always have the same Z offset because 0 is 0 once that nozzle goes click. Same with like printing different temperatures. If you're printing at 190 degrees and then you decide to crank it up to 300 degrees, metals expand differently at different temperatures, and who knows, you might have a little bit of a Z offset difference. Okay. Oh, Jacob, $5. Thank you. Appreciate it. Great work, sir. Any idea on Duet 3? I don't know if Duet 3 is Clipper compatible yet. Last I checked, they were working on it. But if the hardware is good, Duet hardware is good. I ran Clipper on a Duet 2 for a long time on V2.26, and it's a really solid setup. The only reason I stopped doing it was pretty much I got a octopus or a spider. I can't remember which one I got in there. I might need to use longer screws. M316. Yeah, these standoffs look a little bit thicker. I don't think these are one. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. I need longer standoffs. I need like 20 mil. Yeah, I need 20 mil screws. Yeah. Okay, with the LDO kit, you need 20 mil screws because they use taller standoffs. Which means, unfortunately, you're gonna lose like a couple millimeters of Z. Oh no. V2.26 has, there we go. I love how I have to ask my audience, hey guys, what do I have in my printers? What did you miss? We put some LEDs in and now we're putting the bed in. And then we're gonna flip it over and finish hooking up everything. Put the screen on, put some skirts on, make it look a little pretty. And we'll see what time we're at then. Guys. Oh, no, one. Okay, so. Wait, don't you want to move? Come on. I hate when these don't move. I'll get them all in first and then play around with it. Okay, line up my peanuts. And the last one. Okay, so I've got my bed on, but who knows where it's at, right? Like it's screwed down, but how do you know? Obviously left to right, it's gonna go there because it's indexed off your extrusions. But normally it's a lot easier with T-nuts that slide better. But how do you know where the actual bed goes? Well, you drop your gantry down so that the nozzle is like just above the bed. You kind of just eyeball it square, doesn't have to be perfect. Slide the gantry to the front. And then what you're going to do is you're essentially going to slide your bed forward so that when this is at the front, you know, at Z or Y0, the bed lines up with your nozzle. And that's how you indicate where the bed is. So I got to move this bed forward like an inch, which is going to suck because it doesn't want to slide. Normally with the screws loose, the T-nuts, it'll slide, but I got like one that doesn't want to slide, so. Thanks for the answer. Quick work one cover. Thanks for the answer to the question. Merc 1 convert and our 2.4 kit arrived by that time I have COVID. Hope you get better soon. These streams help along with Steve's about building. That's good to hear. Good to hear the streams helped. So since I can't move this easily, I'm just going to move this forward and just kind of measure how much I got to move it. 20 mil. Okay. Slide this back up. Okay. Pop you out. Oop, what am I caught on? What am I caught on? There, and now I gotta slide all my T-nuts forward 20 millimeters because I don't want to slide on their own. There we go. Okay. Mercury 1 conversion. Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, Mercury 1, that's the Ender 5, I want to say. That's the Ender 5 conversion. Which is like a weird Voron Hevo or Eva thing, right? I've seen pictures of it. It's been a while since I've looked at it, though. Okay, so let's go back on. Let's go in. Okay. And again, don't tighten down all the screws until they're all tight, or everything's like in and started. And also, while I'm doing these screws up, if you have not had the chance yet, or if you have not yet, make sure you enter the draw for your chance to win one of 2 Voron Trident Z kits. So what they are, it's the 3 Z motors, okay? So if you want to win, you know, Trident and the fancy integrated lead screw Z motors, you don't have to use them for Trident. You can use them for whatever. I'm pretty sure they drop in with a Prusa. I think. I don't know, you have to check the link. But if you want to win a set of 3 Trident Z lead screw motors, Teflon coated, Link in the description. It's also pinned in chat. So be sure to enter. Okay. So we got the bed rough located. But that might not be where the bed lives, because you got to take out your Zed's clicky switch. So now we're going to do basically the opposite, okay? It's a 350 build. We need to ensure that our clicky switch, a little Z switch back here, let's see here, view that you guys can see. Okay, see our little clicky switch there? Actually, let me do this. There you go. So our little clicky switch is right here, okay? We need to ensure that at Z or at Y maximum, we can actually click it with our gantry, okay? So bring your gantry down low, just kind of eyeball it square. You kind of want to eyeball it square, because if it, you know, trigonometry, if it's all crooked and whatnot, when it's square, your gantry might, or your nozzle might be in a slightly different position. So just bring it down low, kind of eyeball it square. And then you want to make sure that the switch can actually be reached by the nozzle. I like to line it up in the middle. But yeah, so basically make sure that your nozzle can reach it. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time when you go to do a homing. And I like to make sure that it reaches it at maximum travel, right? You can technically have the switch anywhere, okay? But you're going to lose print volume, okay? So in our case here, the printer actually is designed with over travel, okay? The Voron bed in the CAD is like 4 to 6 millimeters bigger, I think. It's designed with an inch bed, okay? So a Voron 250 is actually designed with a 10-inch bed, okay? So if you get a 250 bed, 250 millimeters is smaller than 10 inches. So you'll have more play inside the printer. So in our case here, it's hard to see. That's where our switch is. You could see there's a bit of a gap there, okay? But at maximum travel, all the way back, when, you know, you hear the click of your end stop, well, it should click. You'll see that the nozzle is lined up with the switch. And then all the way at the front, we are lined up with the front of the bed. So we actually have a little bit of wiggle room to play with here. Making sure my switch clicks. Now, if you can't use the whole bed because of however the variance in your frame size and, you know, the month of the year you built your printer and the temperature and blah, 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 blah. If for whatever reason you can't get full build volume, that kind of sucks. But you have to be able to reach that switch. And then you also want the bed air gapped, okay? You do not want this pin touching your bed. You want a couple millimeters of air gap there to ensure that the temperature of the bed, the heat from the bed, isn't really affecting the pin too much, okay? Because the pin is metal, and metal expands as it gets hotter. So you want a couple millimeters of air gap there. So put your nozzle over the switch at maximum travel. That's where the switch goes. And then air gap the bed a couple millimeters, and then tighten the bed down. And that's where the bed's going to live. And then whatever it works out to that you get for max travel, that's what you get for max travel. Okay. Now what you can also do is when you run the tool head down across like the front of the bed or the side of the bed, You can also double check to make sure that, you know, you line up your nozzle with the side of your bed or whatever. And then as you push it towards the back, it should be parallel with the bed. So if the bed is crooked, which it can be slightly skewed, you can go ahead and fix that now. Okay. Now, let me make sure my my switch actually clicks. It does. Okay, we're good. Voron PT, $5. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for your streams and great videos where you explain things great. You know, you may think not. I try. I like to think I'm doing an okay job of explaining things. Why do I got a random ferrule? Well, it's not crimped, so it didn't fall off anything. Okay. So, get this bed back up. And yes, I'm moving the gantry around and the motors are plugged in. I'm not concerned. Oh, we are so popular right now. We're getting the sex chat bots, guys. The hooker bots. Calls for Bender. The hooker bots are here. We need Bender. I know you could set up the engagement. Yeah, it's all engagement. Okay, so do that. And now we're just running the wires down so they all go. Use the power supply on that side. So there's our ground. And then we have our thermistor. And then we got our wires for the bed heater. There we go. Now, I think it actually, I can't remember if it calls out for the pin being here or here. Honestly, it doesn't matter. You could have the pin anywhere along the back here. I mean, heck, on V226, I have the pin on the side here because my bed extrusions on V226 go this way. They go this way because that's how it was on V2.0, and I've been too lazy to change it. So my switch is on this side on V226. Nice 3DP, $2. Thank you, appreciate it. Just because we enjoy the content. Thank you. 430 in chat, but only 297 likes. Is that how many people got? Cool. Yeah, correct that. If you guys like the smash button, okay, in the next 39 seconds, it might increase your chances of winning the giveaway prize that we have today. We have 2 Voron Trident kits. Not full kits, they're the Z kits. So it's the 3 integrated lead screw Z motors. You can win 1 kit of 3 of those, and we're giving away 2 of those kits. So if you enter and you like the smash button, it may affect your odds. It may not, and it probably won't, but it may, and it won't hurt to try. Do I need to bring the doggo in? If he's outside. Coda. You want to say hi? Coda. Nope. Nope. Wifey's at work. Nobody else is home but me, and he's being a mopey little doggo. Right now, Bell is one of the telecom companies up here in Canada. They're installing fiber in my neighborhood. I already have fiber from a local provider, so I told them to kindly don't bother digging up my front yard. But what if the next person in the who owns the house wants to switch? No, because your prices are stupid. But TLDR, there's construction workers all up and down my street, and they're digging holes everywhere and running that like pipe that you run the fiber through, and they're making a right old mess and a right old amount of noise. So that's what he's been doing, is just staring. Brandon, thank you for becoming a member. First thing they dig. Well, in everything, all our utilities are on the street. I have nothing run through our backyard. Like that's how it's, I don't know how it is, but everything is buried up here and it's all run under the streets or beside the streets. Oh, is that you, Coda? No. So, yeah, they don't go through your backyard here. Can't wait to get fiber. Oh, dude, so good. Okay, so now we gotta wire some stuff up. Because I believe we have everything above the deck done now. Actually, where did I put those little pieces? Where did I put those little leftover pieces? Ah, there we go. That there for now. Oh. Just to hold that up in there. There we go. That works. Okay. Well, here's the thing. The previous company, the local provider, okay? It's a local company, like they're only in like the county I'm in. And they had DSL. That was their thing. They did DSL. And then they spent the money and they put their own fiber lines in a good chunk of the city and even out like in the burbs here where I am. So I have their fiber, okay, and they're a great company. And when they installed it, there was a machine at the end of the street, and it was that machine that feeds that pipe into the ground, that like flexi pipe, and they knocked out like half the street in one go. So they dug like 2 holes, and then in front, everyone's front yard, they dug a little itty bitty hole, and then it just branched off into your house, where they dug a sideline into your house. So they made very little mess. Bell, the guys Bell have that suction machine, and everyone's house is getting like this like 2 to 3 foot wide hole in their front yard, and they're gonna put a box there or something like that. Like they're making a mess out of everyone's yards. So nobody's happy. Yeah, everything I've heard about Comcast is like horrible. Why do I have a pool noodle? Okay. So let me pull back up the wiring docks. Because we skipped a bunch of stuff, so now we're back at it. So, MSI static IP is too expensive. That's what, yeah, I'm paying 80 Canadian a month for 1 gig down and 750 up for their fiber. Micro trenching. Yeah, they didn't do like the slit. They did the where they just like have the machine that just feeds it down, and they use like water, I think. I can't remember. So we got to put our bed. Yeah, so one part of the bed goes there, and the other part goes to the blue. Okay. So overhead. Well, this is the only option I have for fiber in my area until Bell showed up, and I ain't going with Bell because screw Bell. So. So for the bed, for those that don't know, the way the bed works, you have basically one side goes to the SSR, which is this one right here. And this controls, you basically have power comes out of here into this block. Or correction, no, power comes out. How do they have it wired up here? Yeah, power comes out, goes into the terminal blocks, goes to the SSR. The SSR is controlled by your controller board, and that basically switches the on and off, and it lets the power out. So this is the live line to the bed, and then when it comes back to the bed, it goes through here into the neutral. Okay. And you want it switching the live. You don't want it switching the neutral. Make sure all those are tight. And this is the one downside of streaming these builds. Normally when I do the electrical, I have the printer on the floor. Like, I just straight up have the printer sitting on the floor when I do all this normally. Okay, so bed thermistor. Right down here. And it goes to... yeah. Now, if you want to get fancy with the bed thermistor, what you can do is you can actually run a separate thermistor and plug it directly into the bed. So if you remember, there used to be Hotends, they had screw-in type thermistors, or you can even drill a hole and hold it in with a screw with a little bit of thermal paste, okay? And use like a standard probe type thermistor. But a lot of people run a second thermistor in the bed itself, in the metal of the bed, and that will give you an actual temperature of the bed, because the thermistor, obviously for the bed right now, is just the heater. So yeah. Yeah, so yeah, for those curious, I have 5160s right now for my AB motors. They're not high voltage though. Obviously I don't have a 48 volt power supply in here, but at some point in the future, I will switch this over to high volt. So I'll have to install a separate power supply just for these two motors. What's the main difference between the R1 and R2 for the revision? It's on the Voron website, or go on the Voron Discord in the V2 section. There should be a bunch of a pin with a bunch of info about that. Okay, Z end stop. So let's scroll down here. I don't have that end stop in here. Oh, because it's just their Ethernet jack, yeah. Y Z probe. We don't actually have, where's the Z end stop? We don't have it in here. I'm just trying to follow their wiring guide because I'm trying to match it up for their default config. They don't have Z end stop. Because there's X end stop, Y end stop, and probe. Yeah, I don't see it. Okay. Well, here's a good thing. It's Clipper, so you can just kind of throw it wherever and assign the pin. So we're just going to throw it X, Y, that's the Z pin there. So Z probe. So we're just going to put it right next to it. And that'll be our Z end stop for our switch. I'm just going to take all these wires here. Okay. And then we have our bed ground, which is going to go here. I passed this and not. I already have nozzle probe. There's two Z on a V2. Okay, in a lot of Vorons, you have your probe. And then you also have that micro switch that we have next to the bed there for your Z offset. So there's 2 Z switches on a Voron. There's one that's only used for meshing the bed, and then there's a final one, or a second one, used for the Z end stop, or for your offset. Okay, so all that. What else do we got? What's this? This is our LED strip. So LED strip goes down there and goes to, what are we looking at there? So we got 1, 2, skip 1, 3. Okay. So that goes to there for our LEDs. I forgot, hopefully these LEDs are 24 volt. I forgot to check if these LEDs are 24 volt. I'm pretty sure they are. Steve, if you're here, are the LEDs 24 volt? Because they just have them plugged into a port, and I don't think they say anything about, oh, what did I do? There we go, okay. So LED strip, fan 5. Yeah. Take care, Jason. Well, what I'll do is I'll just pop one out and just take a look, because they're labeled. 24 DC. DC 24 volt. Yep, they're 24 volt. We're good. We are good. Okay. So what else? We also have our LEDs for our... Oh, LCD. Oh yeah, we gotta mount the LCD. So let's mount the LCD. And also I have an Ethernet cable I gotta run. That's right, Ethernet. Which I gotta find it. Where's my keystone? There's the keystone. Where is that long Ethernet cable? There. So, fun fact, if Modbot is here, I think he was asking about this on his Switchwire stream. You use one of these guys, okay? It's a little keystone adapter, okay? And you can plug your Ethernet cable in one side, and then it allows you to plug in another Ethernet cable on the other side, okay? And join them. So, how these work though, is on the actual printer on the back, we have a terminal. Like you can just straight up plug this in here, okay? And I always put this in the wrong way. I think it goes this way. This way? Or the other way. Can't remember which way this goes. There we go. Okay. So now, you take an Ethernet cable, we're gonna do a little twisty tie. Okay. And you plug one end in, like so. And then you plug the other end into your Raspberry Pi, like so. So now, if you want to connect your printer via Ethernet, you no longer need to actually like run a cable inside the printer. You can just plug it in the back. So you could do the same thing with USB, which for my upcoming video where I make a little dongle so you could do ADXL input shaper over USB without having to reflash your Pi MCU and use like a standard controller board for every time. You can do the same thing where you run a USB extender to the back or the side or wherever the heck you want to put it. RJ couplers. The thing is though, you're not really pushing anything like super intensive through it other than uploading and downloading files. But yes, always try to use like for couplers and wiring. Try not to cheap out. Usually a good idea. I'll fiddle with that. But now we gotta put the, oop, what's this wire for? I don't know what this wire is for. I'll put this over here. Maybe we'll find a use for it at some point. It's got terminals on it, but it's not labeled. So, we gotta put a screen together, I think. Did I not print the front page of the screen? Did I not print the front face of the LCD screen? Did I not print the front face of the LCD screen? Shoot. I forgot to print the front face of the LCD screen, I think. Which you kind of need because you got to put it all together at like one piece, so whatever. I'll put the screen on later. Not a big deal. Yeah, I forgot to print that piece. This little cover piece that goes in here, it's an accent piece. You kind of need it, I think. Oh well. I'll do that last. Shouldn't the Z switch be connected? I don't know. Let me check. It's Clipper. You can always just reassign it. But where they got the Z switch? I don't know where's Z switch. Z probe. Yeah, Z probe goes there, and then I have my end stop right there. My Z end stop there. So yeah, that's right. I have it matching their thing. I don't know what any of these pins are called. Like, oh, diag 5. I'm like, I don't know. I make the picture. I look at the picture. Okay, where's my USB cable? Okay, so oh, that ain't gonna work. I know Jason's not here, but let me, this might be a problem. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. The included cable is USB micro, and these are USB-C. Octopuses are USB-C. So I need a USB-C cable, which I have right here. Which means, I don't know if it's going to fit. I can slide that down. Go. Okay, so that is that. It's for Pi power. Oh, I see. That is for Pi power. Oh, they got two. I was just looking at the data. I wasn't looking at the purple one. Okay, so pi power. Okay. We're gonna check everything, like make sure power's on and we don't get any smoke, and then I'm gonna go through and cable management, all this stuff. So did I get a USB-C in here? Maybe I did and I missed it. Yeah, maybe I did and I missed it. Oh. There's a lot of bots today. Yeah, that USB-C probably came with the kit, because I got a bunch of the same looking ones. Okay. I think the last thing I gotta hook up is the NeoPixels. So where is the NeoPixel hookup on a Big Tree Tech Octopus Pro? LEDs are one spot off where they should be. Well, the LEDs are right here. Where are they at? You got those. You got the first two are fans, and then it skips one, and then it's your LED strip. Okay. So LED strip is fan 5, which I have it in, what is that, 5? Like, let me pull up the Octopus Pro GitHub. Big Tree Tech, you need to have a link to your GitHub on your page. I hate having to look for GitHub. Octopus. Pro hardware pin. Okay. What the heck is this, Oct? What the heck is this, Big Tree Tech? What the heck is this? This is what you give me for a pin diagram? So it calls fan 5. Why did it call fan 5? LED strip, fan 5 PD15. So they have it different on the picture. What the heck? The picture shows it going, the picture is red. And it's going... Oh wait, what am I counting? I got 2 there. Oh wait, I'm counting wrong. Then what do I not have plugged in? Oh, the filter. I'm looking at this. Okay, good point. Whoever pointed that out, you're right. I was wrong. I don't have the filter. So what I got? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Yeah, I don't have a filter in this thing. That's right. Like, let's be honest, nothing would have happened, it just wouldn't have worked. And now I do need to find my, oh God, look at this. Look at this, is such a mess of a diagram. Where is NeoPixel? Where is NeoPixel? Hopefully they just have it on a picture. Nope. Where is NeoPixel? RGB, right there. RGB LED. So ground, sensor, or signal, 5 volt. Right there. Okay. Because we have our stealth burner, fancy one, right there. Okay. sideways. So NeoPixel is this guy, right? Or no, it's what the heck am I looking at here? The L touch is 5-pin, and then below it RGB. So is that? I think that's. Or no, it's on a DuPont header. It's on a DuPont header. Yeah, it's on a DuPont header. Why is it on a DuPont header and not a clicky header? Yeah, the red header, it's just regular pins. Okay. I gotta find a DuPont connector. Do I have a random DuPont connector somewhere? DuPont connector. Stealth Runner upgrade kit. No. Oh, well, maybe I did and it all fell out. Nevermore kit. Yeah, the fact that it's in a non-indexing, non-locking connector, I don't like that. I do not like that. Yeah, it's DuPont U. And it's non-indexing. I don't like that at all. Okay. So ground. So we'll make that power. That'll be power. Let me get my marker though. Ooh, I'm getting hungry. While I'm getting my Bob Ross on and painting this, make sure you take the time to enter the draw for the chance to win a Voron Trident Z motor kit. So 3 motors, integrated lead screw, Teflon lead screw, super fancy. Go ahead and enter that draw. It's pinned in the description, and also it's pinned in chat. So don't delay, enter today. Okay, so 5-volt. These are JSTs. Can I put a JST on there and it'll just click on? Hopefully a JST. I can just kind of jam a JST on there. Yeah, just JST it. Okay, so I need 5-volt. Okay, the middle pin is data. And then the last pin is ground. And this is kind of does that, right? 5-volt, data, ground. Okay. Okay, so I think I can go ahead and plug it in and make sure we get no smoke, because other than the LCD, other than the screen, I should be able to power it up now and hope we don't get any smoke. Hopefully. So on the bright side, if we kill the controller board, which we shouldn't, I wired it up to spec, hopefully. Some people in chat have already pointed out some things I did wrong, but a little bit of sneezing. Any error I've done so far in wiring this up has been an error that just something wouldn't have worked in the config. It would not have been a sparky. And unfortunately, as it's 6 on a Tuesday, I have no liquor in this room, so I'm actually out of the JP. So I'll get you guys on the good camera angle to catch if anything goes wrong. You at least can clip it and make a GIF out of it. I got it plugged into a breaker bar. Now, be aware, this computer is on the same circuit, so if I suddenly disappear, you know what happened. So, here we go. 3, 2, 1, power. Ooh. I think we good. I think we good. We got no lights on or anything. That kind of makes sense because nothing's getting a signal. There's no brain. It's not programmed yet. I think we're good. Yeah, blinking LED. Yeah, because it's not flashed or anything. So I think we're good. Turn it off. Oops, something beeped when I turned that off. Oh well. Huzzah! So now, zip tie it all up, button it up, put the skirts on, and then, yeah. What time are we? 6 o'clock. So yeah, we got about an hour. Do I smell anything? I smell victory. So let me get a bunch of zip ties here, and we'll pretty this up now. We'll make it all look pretty underneath. That is good. The octopus beats on power off. Oh, I did not know that. The only other machine that I have an octopus in literally has not probably been turned off other than like power flickers in a long time. I normally don't turn my printers off. I just let them go to standby mode. Okay. Let's do the front here. Nope. Slightly shorter one. Nope. That'll do. Okay. So let's see if I can slide that up for now. Okay, so this guy, we can just kind of tuck it underneath. Actually, we're gonna have to unplug that to get that cover in. So slide it over there. That goes there. All this extra Ethernet cable can go in here. I am absolutely starving. I don't know what it is. I ate a big lunch today because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be streaming and I always get hungry on streams. So I'm going to eat a huge lunch. And I did. I had potato wedges, a whole bunch of potato wedges with, what did I have? Potato wedges and pork tenderloin. And I ate way more than I normally do on lunch. And that was around noon, and now it's 6 o'clock and I am starving. That is clicked on, okay. Let's see if I can move that over. But it's funny because on the Saturday stream, I can go, you know, till 1 a.m. and I'm not hungry. So, I don't know. Try and move this over. Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, see, this what I don't like is this right here is tight. It's all hell. And I can't get the motor over it. Yeah. So let me think of something here. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do. If I can get this out. Just move this back. Okay, and we'll just make a shorter one just for this. Social eating stream. No, there will not be a mukbang stream. No mukbang streams. There we go. Okay. This goes. There we go. Stuff the wires underneath. There we go. When in doubt, stuff them underneath. Nobody ever sees. That goes all in there. That one's gonna be fun to slide on. I gotta. Okay, that looks like it might work. No, never mind. Nope. Hoping to slide it on, but that ain't gonna work. Go. That's that. That's that. Keto. Nah, I'm on a diet again. I'm trying to lose, I don't know, a bit of weight that I put on over the past couple months. But I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just calorie counting, cutting out pop and whatnot, which works pretty good for most. A couple of years ago, I lost a good 30 pounds in like 3-4 months. All I did was just calorie count. Not electrocuted yet. Yes. Huzzah. So let's unplug this just so it's out of the way for now. That goes in there. That goes there, that goes there. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to. So let me just cut off some of this. There we go. This wire right here is like the most annoying one. I'm just going to shove it in here. There we go. When in doubt, shove it in a hole. There we go. Good to go. Actually, try something else. Come on. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I making this hard on myself? There we go. There we go. There we go. All nice and wired up and clean looking. Let me power it up again, make sure nothing came loose. And then we'll put some skirts on. So. Power. I think we're good. I'm going 350. Oh, 250 is fun. This is all designed with the 250 in mind. Remember, all it is on a 250 is you just cram in everything 25 millimeters on each side. It's honestly not that bigger. Like, look how much empty room there is. On a 250, these are just at the extrusions, and same with like these front and back ones. Like, it's not a big deal, honestly. Okay, so let's put some parts on and kind of button this up and make it look pretty. Will you watch the Elon Musk pay-per-view boxing match? What? Only if it's in space. 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 Problem with neat wiring is that about a week you get it all tight, you have to take it apart to rewire something. That's the one good thing with Clipper, is you could just reassign the pins really easily. Well, you can do it in Marlin too, but you gotta like recompile, and come on, it's current year, why are we compiling? What the heck was that? To a fight, and if you lose pins, stop. I highly doubt Putin will do that, and the dude's looking like old. I don't think he would be able to Yeah, he's ex-KGB, but he's also like 70. So right now we're just going to put some panels on. Put the rear panel on, make it look a little somewhat finished. And then next stream we'll put the, I don't know, I might do a stream this Friday. We'll see. I don't know for sure. I'm not going to guarantee one. But if I do, it'll probably just be a random odd job stream. Just do a bunch of random little things. Putin has Parkinson's? I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, okay. Okay, these don't quite line up. That one does. Counting screws, that's fun. Oh, this looks so good with these red accents. This one doesn't line up, so I'm just gonna give it a little persuasion. And by persuasion, I mean I'm just gonna drill the hole out. It's cosmetic. Really out. Go. Oh man, I hate sliding it on this desk. I need to get a better countertop. Okay, side panels. So we got two of these guys. So that one goes yeah. And that one goes yeah. And then we have the new style that mount to. Do I not have manual downloaded? Where's the manual? I thought I had it. Something manual. Oh no, why am I opening up Fusion? I don't want Fusion. Sorry guys if I crash the screen. I accidentally opened Fusion. No, cancel. Exit Fusion and cancel. Continue. Okay. Fans, where are the fans at? Okay, fans are later on. No, yeah, fans are near the end. Because the fans now, instead of yeah, so there's the fan. So they use, okay, so there's a piece on the front, piece on the back, and the fan gets sandwiched in the middle. Okay, yeah, I see. Okay, there we go. And again, it's backwards. Goes like that. I don't know. I don't know why the skirts are backwards. Steve, why are the skirts backwards in the middle piece? It's starting to look like a real 3D printer. I hope so. Yeah, it's getting there. I'm really happy how these colors turned out. Like, I am really happy how these colors. Oh, there's only one. Okay. Can't believe I forgot to print that one piece. This color scheme. I know, I'm super happy how good this color scheme turned out. Like, and I think it works so well because of the space gray frame. Okay, that's an M5. So the skirts, I think most of this is original. This stuff is original from 2.4, just a few like tweaks for to make it match like design choices with 2.4. But the skirt now, where it, or for the fans now where they are attached with screws versus double-sided tape, yeah, that's new. But on this side, we don't have fans, so we just got some oop. Actually, I missed something here. So on those, they're M3/8s and they screw into the fans, okay. But on this side, they just screw into nothing? Oh, they screw into that. Oh, did I print that back piece? I don't know if I did. I didn't print those back pieces either. So I gotta print a dummy piece still. So I gotta print some, I gotta print that fan. Okay, so I still got pieces I gotta print. Do I have gray loaded? I do have gray loaded. Ah, screw it, I won't have it printed in time. Yeah, I'll run them tonight. So there's like a little, these would go on like this, okay? And then you have a dummy piece on the other side that this screws to and it sandwiches. Because I'm not gonna have the fans on this side, obviously, because I don't need the fans on this side. So. But on this side, they do. So I need to put these two front pieces on. Yeah, there's heat set. The heat sets go into the fans themselves, I believe. That's how it's, you put the heat sets into the fan. And then, yeah. So that will be done in a second here. These don't line up. I don't know why these don't line up. Yeah, they're like too long. It just doesn't line up. Oh, put the skirt over. No biggie. Like trying to figure out why it doesn't line up, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can just move the skirt over. Big brain moment, guys. Big brain moment. There we go. Do you plan to build a tiny M? I am building a Micron next. So Micron is next on my build series, or list of builds. There we go. Go. There we go. Slide that over just slightly. It's always good when you get to like all the hard stuff done and then you're just kind of working on cosmetic stuff and you're just like, yeah, it's almost done. Yeah, heat sets are amazing. That is like one of my of the critiques that I have against the rat rig, the V minion build. That is like the #1 thing is why no heat sets, guys? Why are you using? Why you be doing it the old way? It's current year. How much material? Depends on the printer, but what we usually recommend is buy 2 spools of the primary color, which is normally black, and then 1 spool of your accent color, and that will be more than enough to print everything for the printer, along with any, oops, I screwed up a part and I have to reprint some stuff. I don't know if somebody's home. Actually, I just realized I'm gonna have to pop that cover off because I gotta put some more fans in there. Oh well. M5, M5. You can do the skirts in PLA, but anything inside the chamber, I recommend don't do PLA. Yeah, basically anything inside, it has to be ABS or equivalent type plastic. So basically, don't do PLA, don't do PETG, and if you plan to go like nylon, be very careful with what type of nylon you're using, because not all will work good. Okay. been cracked. Oh, there we go. That goes like that, that goes like that, and then we screw that in. Yep, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna need to put some heat sets in here. Because these use heat sets, and everyone loves heat sets. Heat set iron, my crappy heat set iron. There you are. Can you use TPU? Oh, you definitely can use TPU. Will your printer function? That's a whole different question. Did I have to reprint a bunch of parts? Yep. I used, it was, I can't remember what type of nylon, but it wasn't, basically nylon, it needs to be like PA12 or better, because otherwise you'll get creep issues, and that's what I ran into. The Physec kit. Break-in Elegance, which Physec kit did you get? For which printer, and when did you purchase the kit? I'm just trying to get as much like information from other people for experiences with the kits. The only like AliExpress kit I've used has been the Physec one for the Trident, which wasn't too bad, but that was our newer kit. I've never used SLS parts, but PA12 should be okay. Should. ASA and ABS, consider them pretty much the same. A good ABS works as good as a good PLA, or a good ABS. So yes, Toasty, or correction, my Trident is, that's all ASA. There's really no mechanical difference between the two plastics. Really, ASA is ever so slightly stiffer than ABS, which potentially could be a cracking issue if you crash. But honestly, it's not that big of a difference. And then you have UV, a little bit better UV resistance, so. Do I know of any co-extrusion ABS? I do not. Have you used CF ABS with my bling nozzle? I've used CF nylon, CF PETG, and I'm gonna be doing some CF polycarbonate maybe soon. So yeah, so essentially what I'm doing right now, for those that are wondering, I'm putting heat sets into the fans, so that way we can screw it to the fans directly instead of using double-sided tape. But these fans, being proper, you know, injection molded plastic, you might need to turn your temps up a little bit. These do not melt in as easily as printed parts. Yeah, I think, I don't know what these fans are made of. These fans aren't ABS, I do know that. It's hard to tell. A lot of these fans, I believe, are usually like a nylon type housing or plastic. or polycarbonate or some type of mixture. I don't know the exact. Melting away. What do you think of the magnetic panel mod? I might play with that down the line, but I haven't tried it yet, so I can't really comment on it. As long as it's done in a way that you can still, when you put the panels on, they actually seal against the frame, and you don't have any air gaps, you should be fine with really any method for holding your panels on. CFABS. They're not doing carbon fiber ABS. They are not doing carbon fiber ABS. I've worked in injection molding for 7 years. I've never seen carbon fiber injection molding. I've seen glass. I've seen a lot of glass filled. Glass filled is super common, especially in like automotive, especially engine bay. But yeah. Quite want to line up. There we go. If you could create new filaments, what would be your ideal for these sort of thing? Like, what do you mean, colors or materials? Like materials, well, you know, the printability of PLA, the temperature resistance of, you know, ABS, like, yeah. But there's like all kinds of mechanical properties, and for some reason people only look at like one and then they make their decision based off that. Like, oh, ABS isn't as stiff as PLA, it must be, it's bad. Well, yeah, it's not as stiff, but you know, it could flex more before breaking, higher temperature resistance, and it, you know, it depends on your use case. Do you even need that much more flex? Oh, I put the fan on the wrong. Let's go the right way. Okay. Logo's sideways. PC ABS. PC ABS is a very good plastic. That's used a lot in injection molding nowadays. I don't know if I have any PC. I can't remember. I remember adding it to my cart at some point, but I don't think I ever bought it. And it's something I want to play with. It's actually pretty expensive compared to like normal ABS. Thing is, what makes a good plastic in like injection molding might not work in, you know, 3D printing, right? FDM. There's all kinds of variables you need to take into account. It's like PETG. You don't actually, like, I've seen PET. I've never actually seen PETG in injection molding. You take PET plastic, which is what water bottles and everything are made out of, and you add you add glycol to it. And that allows it to be printed, essentially. Because without the glycol, I guess it doesn't print well at all. Wait, how did I do it backwards again? See, this is what happens when I'm talking. I was waiting for somebody to point that out. Spun at 180. Should have spun at 90. Yeah, I did it wrong. I'm fixing it right now. Just gotta take it out, spin it 360, and reinstall it, and we'll be good. There we go. Third time screwing the fan in. So while I'm making a fool of myself, if you have not entered for the draw to win a Voron Trident Z motor kit from LDOmotors, who has also kindly provided the kit that we're building today, and we'll be providing the kit for the final giveaway draw. Link is in the description, and it's also pinned in chat. So if you have not entered yet, do this now. And then while you're doing that, if you had not done it yet also, make sure you like that smash button. Yeah, you ring the bell, as the YouTubers would say. What else? I don't know. Other YouTube words. Comment, subscribe. If you want to help support the channel, the content I create, the things I do, consider becoming a member of the channel, Patreon supporter. I have links in the description. You plan on buying something from like E3D or AliExpress, and you want some of that money going to me instead of them, there's affiliate links. Helps me out, doesn't cost you a penny. This one's a little funky because the part bowed a little bit, like warped. So we're unwarping it with the power of a screw and force. Go. Oh yeah. That spins, that spins. I gotta fix, I think it's this one I gotta fix. There we go. Okay, so now I gotta plug the fan in, and where does this fan plug in? Oh. So PCB fan goes right across to that one. Oh. Why is this so long? It goes here. It goes right there. It goes click. Do you like Delta printers? I think they look really cool. However, they are very hard to justify in today's day and age because Core XYs do pretty much everything Deltas do, but better. Deltas, the kinematic is not a perfect kinematic, so you actually have movement issues, like errors, because of your step distance changes depending on where the tool head is. Why is this the only one that has a sleeving on it? So what that means is where the tool head is affects the accuracy of, like, one step is one distance in one area and then different distance in one area, and you have to compensate that in firmware versus Core XY and like a Cartesian printer where, you know, one step is always the same distance. So there's that. Also, they're very tall for your given Z. My FL Sun Super Racer is like several inches taller than Tallboy and has like 150 millimeters less Z. And then your print volume is circular and it's tapered. You don't get like a cylinder, you get like a tapered cylinder. So there we go. I don't have the front piece. Obviously, I gotta print that still, and I gotta print stuff for the side skirts. I think that's all I gotta print. I think I just gotta print the part for here and then the part for there. So let's get our back panel on. flexible. Make it look good. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can dig it. Nope, not meant to put the fans on the other side. Shows it coming right in from this side. Plus, you have your controller here. So you want the fan blowing right into your drivers. Keep them cool. Okay, where did I put the panels for this machine? Are they in the other room? They might be in the other room. Let me go check. Are they in the other room? They are not in the other room. Okay, where did I put the panels for this machine? Nope. No. Oh, they're down here. Ugh. I was like, how do you lose panels for a 3D printer? Ugh. And the answer is very carefully. Matte finish. LDO, you are awesome. You know, I can never get these stupid things to peel off. Ah. Can never peel these off right. A decent flow hot end that doesn't mind abrasives. Any high flow hot end with a hardened nozzle, unless you plan on printing like an absolute crap ton of abrasives. If you plan on printing a crap ton of abrasives, like I'm talking, that's all the machine's going to do forever. Apparently, people are running into issues with hot ends that use like the surgical steel tube for your heat break. So I've heard it happen with dragons. Since they use the exact same thing, I'm assuming it would happen with a mosquito or any other surgical steel tube. That surgical steel tube is just steel, and it's very thin, very thin. And apparently people who are printing like an absolute ton of abrasives are wearing holes in them. So, you know, for the average person who might print a couple kilograms a year of abrasive, it's probably not a big deal. But if like the machine's gonna be doing that nonstop, a V6. Because the heat break on a V6 is thick and will last longer. Or you can just keep buying new hot ends or new heat breaks. Peel up and away. Oh! Honestly, I couldn't remember what the trick was that somebody told me. Up and away. There we go. Who was that? Who was that? Oh. Are you kidding? Apparently you are not kidding. If this was Twitch, I would give you VIP, but this isn't Twitch. Go. One side. Water and soap. I'm not going to get water and soap all over here. What's the trick? You got to peel up. See, I was peeling it over itself, but apparently if you just pull like up, it comes off in like just up. Thing was, I was peeling like this, and it was ripping. Ooh, okay. Hey! What do you know? LDO sent me the right size plates. What time is it? 6:47. So you pretty much have until I get this on. I'm just gonna put the back panel on for looks. So I can take those Gucci pictures to put on the YouTube. Ooh, I will say though, somebody running the CNC or something had a little bit of a crash there. Don't worry, that'll be hidden. You won't see it. We'll just put this side inward. And then that'll be covered by a corner panel. Okay, where is the foam? Lucas, thank you for coming a member. Yeah, for abrasives, it's pretty much the nozzle. That's what matters with abrasives, the nozzle. So just make sure you get a hardened nozzle. I use a Nozzle X for a while. That was good. I did try the Fadis tungsten nozzle. I did not like that too much. It didn't wear out, but the prints, I just didn't get good print quality out of it. I don't know. And then if I'm running a Diamondback right now as my abrasive nozzle. It is pricey, but so far it's probably been one of the better ones. But I don't print a ton of abrasives normally, so. So what you do is you put this little weather stripping sticky on one side foam on your panels before you attach your panels to the printer, and this way they don't rattle and they don't leak air, because you want the hot air to stay in the printer. The sliced vanadium nozzle. I know some people who swear by them, but I don't know. I haven't used them, so I can't really comment. Does that insulation tape come with the kit? It does, because it's part of the BOM. Right now, the nozzles that I use for, basically, if it's a machine that's not running a Revo, I use a copper nozzle with a plated copper nozzle. A lot of them are Triangle Labs or Fadis, because that's just what I have, and they've been really good, because copper you get good heat transfer with. My Revos are obviously running just copper Revo nozzles, because the Nozzle X isn't out yet, and when it does, ooh, that's going in right away. And then my machine that I run abrasives on is running a Diamondback nozzles, because I'm testing those. And then Tallboy is the only one that's a little oddball. It's running a CHT nozzle. So it's running a 0.6 CHT nozzle, which I actually have all the CHT nozzle sizes except 0.4. But I don't max out a 0.4 to the point where I need a 0.4 CHT. Why the tape not on the frame? Okay, so the reason you put your tape on the panel and not on the frame is simple. This is my oldest printer here, V2.4r2, okay? It has tape on the frame because I didn't know better at the time. So every time I take the panels off to work on this printer, I'm moving the machine around. You know how we had this machine upside down and I was spinning it around and whatnot? Imagine foam on here. It gets all chewed up. It gets covered in dog hair. This, you take the panels off and you put them somewhere up out of the way and clean, and you don't get gunk all over your foam. That's why. So put it on the panels. That goes there, and I should have a bunch of stuff I printed. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? I had a whole box of it. Oh, They're in the printer still. I'm like, I printed a bunch this morning. Where did I put them? There we go. Am I running out of space? I am running out of space for everything. How many printers do I have? Oh geez, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 FDM machines. No, 14 FDM machines, and 2 resin machines, and then 2 little desktop CNC machines, 3018 and a CNC Pro, which I need to start using again. And then one of the CNC, or one of the Vorons, I'm giving away, so I'll be down a machine. And then also, yeah, so it'll be one less. I need M312s for these because these are the longer ones. Actually, did I even print the right size ones? I did. So yeah. All the printers. Do I print a prime line and skirt? I do both, because I'm usually the reason I do both is they don't really add much time to the print itself. And when I swap filaments, I usually actually don't purge out the old one. Most of my machines run an end script where they retract the filament 5 millimeters, which is enough to pull it out of the nozzle. So that means when you finish the print, like the printer's cold, if you want to take the filament out, I can literally just unlock it. I can literally just unlock it and pull the filament out. So I can throw in a new filament and I'll just throw it in. Lock the extruder. And then I'll just start print. And usually by the time I do my purge line, which I do a really fat purge line, and I do the skirt, it's usually bled out the old color by then, usually. It's not 100%, but it works good enough. Okay, actually, I might need M10s. These might be too... yeah, these are probably too long. Yeah, no, that works. Yeah, I need M10s. Yeah, I'm just throwing this back panel on temporary for now, just so we have something to look at when I take the picture, instead of looking through the machine and seeing the back of my dirty desk. Dang it. I hate when hammerheads don't want to spin. Spin hammerhead. There you go. That goes there. That goes there. Remember, pretty much as soon as I get this panel on, I'm doing the draw. So if you have not entered for your chance to win a Voron Trident Z motor kit, so that's 3 LDO motors with integrated Teflon coated lead screws for a Voron Trident. Enter now. Link in the description of this video, and then also link is in chat. Obviously, once the stream is over, you can no longer enter for those watching in the future. Spin, damn it. Why don't you want to spin? There we go. And then what else? Yeah, there we go. How many printers is too many? Well, 1 is none and 2 is 1. So eventually you'll get to a point where you have all. You got to remember, most of these printers, like, I don't need 14 FDM printers. Like, some of these printers haven't been on in months or years. But it's part of the content of my channel. And I built them. They're my babies. I don't want to give them away. Plus, like, some like V00. Like, I have a V00 that literally I haven't printed with in over a year. But soon we're going to be doing a series where we upgrade it. With a few mods and whatnot. So obviously, you know, I need it for that. So I'm not going to get rid of it. There we go. Did you get to see the panel? I've seen them. I haven't printed them yet or anything. I'm printing everything stock for now. Any idea for good insulation in my summer? Oh, so you're trying to keep, okay, so your room gets really hot and your printer's in your room and it's making it even hotter. Maybe that, like, that solid pink foam insulation or even the reflective stuff, that might help. Build a little cube and put your printer in that maybe. Mylar. Hey, that might even work. A grow tent, yep. Port it out a window. That might work, because I think most grow tents have built-in, like, ventilation and whatnot. Gotta go, good stream. Cheers. If you entered and you won, you'll get an email. You don't have to be present to win, because I know time zones and whatnot, and it's starting to get pretty late in the year for the European folk. And I'm starting to get really hungry, so. We're just putting these on just to kind of give ourselves a look. You can't link stuff in chat if you're trying to link me something. Midnight, 1 p.m., 11 p.m. in the UK, yeah. Well, here it's 7 p.m. So. What really sucks is I should have taken my picture of the electronics when we had this upside down to put on Twitter, which if you're not following me, Twitter, @3dpnero, follow me there. That's where I post if I'm going to be streaming on like a Friday or whatever. Along with usually pictures, so if I print something on a stream and you don't see a picture of it, just go on my Twitter, you'll see it. So I should have taken the picture, but now I got to flip it all over again. There you go. What's that? That looks pretty damn cool, actually. I really like it. I got to print a cover for this still. So I got to print LCD. What was it? LCD, fan, covers, and the cover for the electronics, so I can get my serial number. But yeah. Actually, I think that's about it. Oh, I completely forgot about the clicky. I completely forgot about the clicky mount arm here. Yeah, we'll do that next stream. I completely forgot about the clicky arm. Oh well, no biggie. Ooh, that's good. Okay, so not sure if the camera looks dark red. The colors are a little off. I gotta play around with this camera, I think. The colors that look a little washed out, I think. Mobile camera, if you want to get a closer look. Oh, that's why. That looks really cool. Focus on the camera. There you go. Yeah. I like it. Just VHP the panels on. It'll work. Okay, so we're gonna do the draw. So you have, if you have not entered for the draw, you have until I copy everyone's names. So wheel of names, you can get everything loaded up. So as of right now, we have a total of 876 responses. Oop, that's the wrong button. 876. So how many people got in chat right now? 429. So at least y'all have done that, and more likes. So yeah, so while I'm copying everyone's name here, you know what? I'm gonna leave it open because it takes time to scroll through and copy everyone's name. So if you happen to come in at the last minute and enter, you get a chance. Ooh, 880. Okay, somebody just entered. So I'm copying everyone's name right now. And then we're going to do our draw. And again, it's 2 prizes, okay? And how it's gonna work is you will get an email from Jason from LDOmotors, either tonight or in the next few days. And he will get all your personal information so he can send you your stuff. I do not need to know where you live. I don't wanna know where you live. That's why I only asked for your name and your email. And I asked you to put your name that you have in chat because we've run into a case before where we had 2 Michaels and 2 people just put Michael. So obviously that's a little hard to figure out who is who, so we had to redraw. Okay, there we go, 888, wow, 8 people got in while I was copying that, which means somebody missed out. So now comes the point where I paste all the names in here, and it crashes Windows, so gotta give it a moment. I put my name as Joseph. Okay, well, you're the only Joseph, so hopefully you're the only person that put Joseph. So what is this for? Fan filter, yeah. See, for those that don't know, I normally don't run the exhaust filter. I don't have exhaust on any of my printers. I run, I seal them up fully. So all my panels have the gasket on it. They're all sealed. I keep the door closed, and what I do is when a print finishes, I leave it all closed and buttoned up until the temperature drops back to room temperature, and then I open it. So all the yucky stuff that's floating in the air gets just settles on the walls and whatnot, instead of, you know, having to deal with a loud fan. Okay. Dr. William, jumped the gun, you are disqualified. So how it works is we always have a little fun and shuffle it up a bit, you know, get a little bit of audience interaction there. So can you guys give me a number between 4 and 8. I need a number between 4 and 8. Five. I can do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are going to do our draw. Boom! Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Hey, Christian, congratulations. You are our first winner. Let me find your information. Go. Send that on over to Jason. Congratulations. Okay, so Christian is removed. Should have someone who doesn't pick the number. How would I know who hasn't entered? Okay, if you're in chat and you have not entered the draw for whatever reason, put a number down. I'm pretty sure everyone entered. Okay, 3, Mr. Arcas. Okay, if your name comes up, you are disqualified. 1, a 2, a 3. Bada bing, bada boom. See, I don't do that because then I don't get the interaction. I don't get the wonderful little spike in the gold star from YouTube when I get the metrics for the stream. Chaos Machine 420. Nice. Congratulations. Let me get your deets here. There we go. I love giveaways. I love giveaways. Close. There we go. And now we remove everyone's name. New. Bada bing, bada boom. I didn't want to build a Trident. You could have used them for anything else. I don't know if they are drop-in compatible with the Prusa, but you could use it on pretty much any printer that has a Z lead screw. And they're good integrated motors with Teflon coating, so they, you know, be an upgrade for an Ender. So, I think that's about it. We've got, we did a pretty good job on the Trident, the V2. We got most of the electrical done. So next week, or next stream, I don't know if there's gonna be a Friday stream, I'll post about it on Twitter, at 3DP Nero. But the current plan is we have to finish up a few things. I'll probably honestly do the screen and like the little stuff I missed off screen. Because honestly, it's an LCD. It's the same thing as the Trident. If you want to know how to put the LCD in, go watch my Trident stream. It's the exact same thing. So go there. Jake, $2. Thank you. Appreciate it. Probably missed a lot of time zones. Yeah, the weekday streams I try to do a little bit earlier in the day than my 8 p.m. Saturday stream, but I have the little guy until like 3 this week, so, and next week, so. Bruce's uses 320. Yeah, close enough. Oh, there's Jason. Made it for the end. Yes, so it's a space gray frame, cloud gray, sparkle cloud gray, ABS Plus from Sparta 3D, and sparkle cherry red ABS from Sparta 3D. That is the color scheme. And it looks, wow. I will take pictures, I will post them on the Twitters. It's already covered in dog hair, damn it. So yeah, so I hope you guys all enjoyed the stream tonight. For anyone who donated to the stream or became a member of the channel, you help support the content I create and the things I do. I would not be able to do it without you, so cheers to you. For anyone who just joined in for the stream to hang out, cheers to you too. You're awesome. Everyone's awesome. Congratulations to the winners. I will see you guys Saturday, maybe Friday. A video should be out Thursday, part 2 of the Clipper on Everything series. I just got to finish editing that up. And then, yeah, I need to figure out dinner now. Have I connected a wave share? I've done a video using the Big Tree Tech 5-inch display, but not the wave share. Another attempt at dog. I will check one more time before I close it out to see if Doggo's out there. But my door is open, so yeah, no. Nope, he's being a mopey boy by the door. Sorry. So yeah, I will see you guys next stream. So be safe out there, wash your hands, and cheers.